Hi, I am Victor Matthias, and this is Channels Beam. Over the past few days, more than 300 people have been killed in horrific attacks by members of the dreaded Islamist sect Boko Haram in Konduga, Izge, and other suburbs of Maiduguri in Borno State. As if that was not enough, the militants also abducted 20 young girls from a local college. What has happened to our humanity? At what point did it become a norm for Nigerian citizens to be killed and abducted when we are not at war? Despite the dead silence from the presidency, at least for now, the show today will be focusing on the killings in Borno and the abduction of 20 girls by the militants. On the show is someone very passionate about feelings of Nigerians in that part of the country and a host of others joining via a video chat. But just before the conversation begins, let's look at other topics that made the trends list on social media. Social Media Week Lagos. This event gathered social media enthusiasts, media moguls, and entrepreneurs in Lagos to tell the world that a connected Africa is the future. Sanusi's suspension. Lamido Sanusi was suspended as the governor of the CBN after being charged for financial recklessness by the federal government. Some of the trending topics in the past week. Now let's meet our online contributors.
The Boko Haram insurgency is a top priority on the table of President Goodluck Jonathan. But again, a lot of people are asking, President has thrown the weight behind these the operations of Nigerian troops. But how come we've not been able to nip it in the bud? Those are the questions. But generally, thousands of people have been killed since Boko Haram activities actually started in the upscale since 2009 up to now. What Nigerians can't wait to see that day that year we won't have anybody killed due to Boko Haram insurgency.
We're kind of thinking, is JTF really doing something? Is there really something going on? If we look at the amount of money spent on security in the appropriation budget, you want to think that you should be able to wipe out this group from Nigeria and all that. So it's a situation that calls for real concern, and we hope that the NSA and the Joint Military Task Force will still be able to do something. And the governor of Borno State said something very recently last week. He said that the JTF, the Nigerian army, are not well equipped to face Boko Haram. That the arms that Boko Haram own are more sophisticated than what our military men are using. So, where is it going to? That's the question we should ask.
First of all, I'm a journalist and covering very dangerous terrain, just like the situation we have in the northeast, is not something that comes easy. Don't forget that there is an imposition of state of emergency in these areas. This makes covering these areas more difficult. But then let me say that Nigerian media has not been sleeping. I do not want to agree. We may not have, the Nigerian media may not have met up the expectations of the contributor there, but the fact remains that Nigerian media has been doing their job. But the fact remains that in anything you do, if you are doing your job, you want to stay alive. That is one very important thing. One major thing is that a journalist wants to stay alive. And in that kind of situation where it's not so sure that you are safe and the security of your equipment and your own life is not sure, you don't want to go into that area where shellings and where you find shooting happening on a daily basis. You don't want to do that. So reporting that kind of situation may not come as easy as reporting a sporting event or reporting a political event. It's a very, 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 very difficult terrain to operate.
I totally agree that the Boko Haram insurgency is a political issue, and it is very sad that the so-called elders forum and all that are not speaking up on the issues of the killings happening in Borno. It is not it's a Nigerian issue. Do you understand? And for others of the North to keep calm and keep their mouth shut and not say anything. And I think the only thing they are bothered about is how the powers, the presidency is going to come back to the North. Presidency coming back to the North might not stop the Boko Haram insurgency in Nigeria. So I think they should, the northern elders should speak up, and not even the elders alone. Oh, they say the youth are the future of. We are not the future. We are the present. We don't want to be the future of the leaders of tomorrow. We are the leaders of today. So I think the youth in the northern part of Nigeria should take action, and they should take responsibility and also act. Now, it's not enough to tweet Borno, the hashtag Borno massacre on Twitter and all that. They should act.
Before now, Boko Haram has been existent, and not much attack has been done until Goodluck assumed that office. And after since assuming that office, a lot of problems have come up with killings of innocent lives in the north. And for what she said about the northern elders, if it is not politically motivated, what have they said? What have they done? What have they gathered, or have they talked about the killings? Do they care if people are dying in the north? They are not. They are just after, like she said, wanting the president to come from the north. I don't think they really care about the lives of people in the north. If the Boko Haram insurgents are attacking the elders, will they be quiet about it? They will not. Like every day you be hearing on papers, on the TV, they are attacking every day. The northern elders have not raised any issue. If they are really sincere and if they really love themselves, it is politically motivated because they don't want good luck and they just want the president to come back to the north. They feel if the Boko Haram insurgents attack like this, maybe they feel good luck will decide at the end of the day not to contest, because the point is not far-fetched. What I'm saying is that if the northern elders are really not behind these issues, they should call themselves and talk about how they will put an end to this. And even the people in government, the governors, and even the people that are in the House of Reps and the Senate, they should know that the people that elected them to office are dying every day. They don't care about the lives of people. They don't really care. I heard they are planning to attack refineries. For what? Why do they want to attack refineries? What is the rationale? They want to make Nigeria ungovernable for Goodluck Jonathan. That is just the truth and nothing but it.
Nigeria has failed these girls that have been abducted. You know, in this country that we are, we provide security for ourselves, provide electricity and all that. We generate our own electricity. What else? You know, we provide education and all that for ourselves. How else can we? How else can what else should we expect from our leaders? What should be what should I say now? You know, it should be all about good governance. These girls were abducted as sex slaves, and you know, up to now we've not heard any news about them and all that. So I want to believe that the Boko Haram guys, you know, and you know, I just don't want to go into all the details and all that, but it is so sad that up till now there hasn't been any press release or any statement from the presidency on these girls. Not so. If the presidency is not concerned, then how do you want the military guys to act and all that? The media person, what's his name, Okupe, had the effrontery to reply, to respond to the governor of Borno State on the military not doing enough. But he, up till now, even Ruben Abati hasn't said anything about the abducted girls. Doesn't mean that they are not concerned, or because it's in the north and they can deal with their problem and all that. If that could happen in the north, it can happen in the south and all that. And it is so sad that up till this moment, the presidency hasn't said anything about the abducted girls and all that. So does that mean the federal government can't provide good education, and they still manage to go to school regardless and still can't secure their lives? If the federal government can't secure their lives, then who will? And we have every military presence, and they are claiming to tell us that we have every military presence in these cases. How do you want us to believe all these things?
The fact that they adopted 25 girls, so to say, is not the change of tactics to say. It is just an implementation of a plan they probably have had over time. So and that goes a long way to tell us that these people are not really what they claim to be. Because if you are adopting, 25 girls, what are you using them for? What is the purpose? And I'm not sure they've communicated with anybody since the day of that incident. So I think it's just they just have a different motive for doing that. It's not really because they want to achieve a particular aim for whatever it is that they have been doing. That's the way I see it.
It's just getting so desperate, and that's why you begin to see this another dimension. For criminals, there is nothing that is static for them. Anything goes. Before now, we've been seeing them facing the military, government installations and all that. There's not been kidnappings of school children. We've not hear them kidnap school children that much. But I think government is really winning the war. They've been pushed to the extreme of northeastern state, particularly in the border villages. So I think they're just being desperate. That's all. They're not changing any tactics.
I do not agree that the military is not funded, because if we want to look at how much is being voted for security from our budget, a large chunk of the budget has been voted for security, but we are not seeing. We're not seeing the effect of losing a large amount of money that should have gone into infrastructural development and several other things that are of importance to Nigeria. What I think is that certain people somewhere are sitting down on this money. They are not allowing it to go down. They are not allowing it to flow to where it should go to, so that they can acquire equipment and weapons for this military to actually be able to tackle this Boko Haram. So it is not a question of whether fund is being provided or not. Fund is actually being provided, but some people somewhere are just sitting on it, and I think that is the reason why this situation continues to escalate.
For me, I want to believe so strongly that they're being used as sex slaves. Because before now, anytime the Nigerian military raids their camp, what they say is that they find used condoms and some of those sex materials in their camp. So I want to believe so strongly that these girls have been adopted, for sexual purposes, and it's just so sad for me, because even after hearing that, a president hasn't altered a word